particular, first of all, on this practice sheet that you're having trouble with? Well, okay, let's do a couple. Now, look at number 1. The 2 is coefficient of m to the negative 3, right? So the coefficient is being multiplied to m. Everything is being multiplied. Now, if you're having problems with these, you can always group your numbers and group your variables. Like you can put the 2 here times m to the negative third times m to the negative 2. That way, when you multiply, you've got your variables next to each other. It's less chance for mistakes. Now, you're right. If you're looking at your note sheet, I've got 2 bases that are the same. So I've got 2 bases that are the same. I'm going to add those exponents. It would be negative 5. So I have 2 times m to the negative 5. Now, remember what I told you yesterday? Yeah, you can never, ever have negative exponents in your answer. Yeah, now in the back of your head, you should know that, hey, this is really a number, and all numbers are over 1. But in order to get rid of this negative 5 exponent, I have to flip it and make that exponent positive. Now, I need the 2. Now, you can put 1 times 2 in there, or you can just put the 2, however you want to do it. If it helps you to put the 1 in there, fine. If you want to just simplify it and put 2 over m to the 5th, that's great too. Okay? Now, when we get to something like number 7, yes, we have a number. We have a number outside of parentheses. Think of it as the distributive property, right? All of them. Even the 2. The 2 has an exponent of 1. Okay? I'm sorry? I told you, I think yesterday, you know, I think 5 people out of 65 students a mistake of anything to the 0 power is 1. And then I think like 10 students, what you said, they forget to multiply this exponent 2 to the power 1. Okay, so I've got x to the 3 times 2 is x to the 6. Y to the negative 1 times 2, y to the negative 2. 2 to the 1 times 2 is 2 to the 2nd. Yeah, you can go ahead and put 4 there. And then I've got 2 times negative 1, so I have x to the negative 2. And then I've got a y times negative 1, which is y to the negative 2. Okay? Now, if you want, you can rearrange this to any order. Remember, multiplication is commutative. You can change order. So I'm going to put my 2 first, 2 to the 2nd first, which is actually, if you want to multiply it out, is 4. X to the 6, x to the negative 2. And then I've got a y to the negative 2 and a y to the negative 2. Now, you don't have to do that step. I'm just saying for some people it's a little easier when they're grouped together. Okay, 4 x to the 6th plus negative 2 is x to the 4th. Now, you could actually save yourself a little bit of work here. Looking at the y's, Looking at the y's, y to the negative 2 plus negative 2 is y to the negative fourth, right? That's y to the negative fourth. I'm going to have to do what to it to get that positive? Put it on the bottom, so I can just do it right here, put y to the fourth. Okay? That's my answer. Now, there is another way to do this problem. Y to the fourth on the bottom. There is another way to do this problem. And for some students, it's easier for them to do it this way. This is in parentheses. Remember PEMDAS? I can do parentheses before exponents, right? So I'm going to put, I can do it this way too. I have 2 to the first, and I can actually add my x's here. So x to the 3 plus negative 1 is x squared. And y to the negative 1 plus negative 1 is y to the negative 2. Then I can multiply my exponent. 2 to the 1 times 2, 2 to the second, x to the fourth, y to the negative fourth. I'm going to put it right on the bottom. Sometimes it's easier doing the parentheses first and then doing the multiplication of the exponent. It's the same way with fractions, okay? You could actually do it either way. There's 2 ways to do this. Actually, there's multiple ways. But you can actually do the grouping of the x's to one, either top or bottom of the fraction. Okay. So my first way, there's a 1 on the bottom. So I have 3. And then I've got x to the 2. These are exponents 1, right? So I have, if I look at my property sheet, okay, same base, I'm going to subtract my exponents. So I have x to the 2 minus 1, which is x to the 1, and y to the 3 minus 1 is y squared. I don't have any negative exponents, so I'm done. Okay. Now, well, this isn't a good problem to do it on. Let's try another one. Let's look at 13. Okay. Now, again, I've got an exponent on the outside of parentheses. I could do it this way. I could multiply every exponent in the parentheses. The bottom one's 2. Because these bottom numbers are in parentheses. Don't forget, 3 has a 1. Okay, so I get x to the 3 times 3 is x to the 9th. Y to the 2 times 3 is y to the 6th. 3 to the 1 times 3 is 3 to the 3. X to the 3 times 3 is x to the 9th. And y to the negative 3 times 3 is y to the negative 9. Okay. All right. There's not much I can do with this 3 to the third. You could multiply it out. You could put 27 there. Or you could leave it as 3 to the third. X to the 9. Now, here are my x's, right? Same base. What do I do with the exponent? subtract them. They cancel out. I get x to the 0, right? Now, what's x to the 0? Yeah, it's the number 1. Anything raised to the 0 power is 1. So, I'm just going to put a 1 up there for now. And I've got y to the 6th minus negative 9. What do I get? Y to the 6th minus negative 9. Y to the 6th minus negative 9. What do I get? Yeah, 15. Got to add them. Is y to the 15 going to go on top or the bottom? Top. Okay, and I'm done. Unless you want to get rid of the 1. That's it. Now, when you get into problems like number 14, you do have an exponent outside the parentheses, but it's only the denominator. So you're only going to multiply the exponents of the denominator by 2. Okay? In other words, you're going to have x squared y to the negative 3 over 2 to the 1 minus 2, which is 2. Y to the 1 times 2 is y squared. X to the 2 times 2 is x to the 4th. Okay? Yep. Now you could use your subtraction property, your quotient property, or you can move these up or down. Okay? You could do this. Well, I'm going to move this x to the bottom, but I'm not going to do that because it'll confuse them. Okay, to the 4th, you could multiply it out to 4. I've got x to the 2 minus 4 gives me x to the what? Gives me x to the minus 2, right? So where's it going to go? The bottom, make it positive. Then I'm going to have y to the negative 3 minus 2, which gives me y to the negative 5, so it's got to go in the bottom. Now this time I have to put my 1 there. Okay? So you guys got a little bit of homework to do because we blew off class, right?